and we just entered the final minute of the sophomore game. So here we are with a 48-41 sophomore contest. Varsity's coming up, and once again, senior night on the way as well. This is our Bank West pregame show, beginning with the state of basketball. But first of all, for those who are on the road on this very cold Tuesday, we remind you on behalf of the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who celebrates being a part of a team, that snow means slow. Remember to slow down and drive with the conditions, and buckle up too. You've got someplace to be. And, of course, Governor girls and their fans made the trip over to Brookings as they've got a pretty good one coming up. Governor girls are 8-6 on the season, the 7th power-rated team, and they'll take on a 9-7 Brookings squad, who is the 10th power-rated team. In fact, if the Sodak 16 were to be played tonight, Pierre would be hosting Brookings. So possible, if you want to look at it that way, a possible playoff matchup. That game on KGFX, 1060 AM. Justin Cowart on the call on that one. You can also catch it at 103.1 FM. But here, let's take a look at the state of basketball, how things fared last week. Brookings last played on Friday night, and they hosted Sioux Falls Jefferson, which who the Governors will play 1 week from tonight down in Sioux Falls. The Cavaliers get a 57-43 win over the Bobcats on Friday night. And then, of course, the Governors, after a Tuesday loss at home to Huron 1 week ago tonight, went to Sioux Falls Lincoln and were defeated by the Patriots 74-51. Other Saturday action out west had Rapid City Central beating Yankton 58-50. Rapid City Stevens falling to Harrisburg 43-41. And also Douglas loses down at Mapialuta High School down at Red Cloud 76-57. That brings us into this week, and a few games have been postponed already today. Games that were to be played out west are not going to. They're all within the Black Hills Conference, plus Rapid City Central, who was supposed to play at Douglas. Spearfish was going to be at Rapid City Christian. Those games are going to be played Belfouche also at Sturgis. Those 3 games are going to be played on Friday and Saturday now out west as they've been rescheduled. So the rest of the action tonight, in addition to the Governors hosting Brookings here at Riggs High, also in the ESD, Watertown plays at Aberdeen Central. Then Brandon Valley is going to T area. The next Governor opponent will be the current state champion Mitchell Colonels, and they are hosting Sioux Falls, Washington at the Corn Palace tonight. Should be a good one there. Yankton playing host to number 1 Sioux Falls Christian out of Class A, and a tough one for the Bucks tonight. Lincoln plays at Roosevelt within the Sioux Falls city limits. Of course, we've got the Governor Pep Band ready to go tonight as well, playing in a sophomore game timeout. 3 games coming up on Thursday will include Harrisburg at Brandon Valley, and then those makeup games with Douglas at Spearfish. Actually, that was regular scheduled, Douglas at Spearfish, and then Rapid City Central at Sturgis. And then on Friday, the Governors, when they go to Mitchell, that'll be our next broadcast here on River 92.7. Also Huron playing at Watertown, Aberdeen at Brookings. The Bobcats will be next in action Friday night hosting the Golden Eagles. O'Gorman will go to Harrisburg Friday. Yankton plays at T area, Sioux Falls, Washington at Roosevelt, and out west, those makeup games, Rapid City Christian at Stevens, Rapid City Central at Douglas, Belfouche at Sturgis. So some of the things that are going on into the week ahead. Governors a week from tonight will be at Sioux Falls Jefferson, and then in the final weekend of the regular season, we'll be hosting Sioux Falls Roosevelt on Friday and wrapping up the regular season at Watertown with Saturday afternoon games. Those are on the weekend when it will also be the state wrestling tournament out in Rapid City. We may be talking about that a little bit more as our broadcast continues. Right now, the power rankings coming into tonight's action, though, in Class AA boys, Sioux Falls Lincoln, after their win over the Governors, and they beat Brandon Valley, the current number 2 power-rated team, on Friday night. Sioux Falls Lincoln is 16-1 and should have a pretty firm grasp now on that number 1 overall ranking. Brandon Valley stays at number 2 with their loss, but they are tied with a power average the same as Mitchell. And those 2 teams actually get together in the very near future. I think that is that'll be next Tuesday. So Pierre at Mitchell on Friday, and then Mitchell at Brandon Valley on Tuesday. So that'll be a big one between the current two teams that are tied at number 2 right now next Tuesday. Harrisburg, meanwhile, 14-3. They're the 4th-rated team PowerPoint-wise. O'Gorman at 12-5, and Spearfish, the 6th power-rated team at 11-5, followed by Huron. We saw them a week ago in Sioux Falls, Washington in the top 8. Tigers are 12-5. Sioux Falls, Washington is 9-6. T-Area at 8-9 now. They've been above 500 for much of the season, but have slipped below. So the top 8 are over 500. The bottom 8 and beyond are under 500, but the Titans are still 8-9. The 9th power-rated team, Roosevelt and Jefferson, 2 teams ahead of the Governors, and 2 teams that they still have to play yet, are at 10-11, followed by Rapid City Central now at the 12th spot. The Govs come in at number 13 with a 5-10 record. Rapid City, Stevens, Sturgis, and Douglas in the top 16. Yankton, who got a win in an upset at Rapid City Central over the weekend, is 3-13. And they're the 17th power-rated team, followed by Aberdeen Central, Watertown, and Brookings. Of course, the Bobcats are 0-16 on the season, and they're just likely just going to play the string out and not going to be able to play in the postseason this time around. But a young team and kind of a work in progress, and they've done a lot of things a lot like the Governors this year. Have played very competitive basketball at times, and especially early in the season. For example, early in the year, a 5-point loss to a team like Huron, who I thought was a very good team here at Riggs High Gym a week ago. So do not count this team out. They may pick up a victory or 2 somewhere along the way in their last 4 games to close out the season. Sophomore game still going on. The Governors with a 50-44 lead, but just 24 seconds left. And again, senior night festivities. Why don't we take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back and take a look at the girls' state of basketball when we return with more of our Bank West
opportunity. Become a Titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Titan Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit titanmachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Side of things are the way things are going. Good matchup in Brookings tonight at Joe Stad Gym. It's Brookings hosting Pierre. Both teams are 2 games over 500. Brookings at 9-7. The Governors are 8-6. Governor girls are going to be a busy squad here in the next couple of weeks with 6 games, including tonight, still to go where Brookings has just 4. A lot of teams have only 3 games left in the regular season. The Governors got a win a week ago tonight at Huron, 63-35. Pretty impressive win. Brookings, though, got beat by Sioux Falls Jefferson, 66-45, a team that is under them in the power rankings. So it wasn't a good night for the Bobcats. They'll try again here tonight against the Govs. And again, that game on River 92.7. Brandon Valley beat Sioux Falls Lincoln on Saturday, and other games that occurred, 66-28. Rapid City Central beat Yankton in a matchup of winless teams previously. Rapid City Central with their first win of the season, beating Yankton 61-49. Rapid City Stevens also was a winner over Harrisburg, 60-47. It was a tough weekend for Harrisburg out in Rapid City over the weekend. Sturgis beat Custer in the Black Hills Conference, and Douglas falls at Mapialuta. Tonight, as we take a look at the power rankings, O'Gorman's still unbeaten. I don't see anybody beating this team. The Knights are 17-0. Brandon Valley 15-2 after their win on Saturday in Sioux Falls at Lincoln. Washington 12-3. Mitchell is 13-3. Of course, the Governors will play Mitchell on Friday here at Riggs High Gym. They're the 4th-rated team in power rankings right now. Rapid City Stevens and Spearfish 13-4 and 12-4 are the 5 and 6 teams rather, and it is Pierre at the 7 spot with an 8-6 mark. And of course, the Governor's power rankings helping them up to the level of let's put them in that second echelon. If you look at 1 and 6, all very strong records, including Spearfish at 12-4. Then the Governors at 8-6, kind of leading the rest of the pack. Aberdeen Central 8-7 would be the 8th seed. Harrisburg 9-8, and then Brookings at 9-7 to the 9-10. As mentioned, a playoff matchup, if it were to happen tonight, would have Brookings at Pierre to start that SODAG 16. Then it's Jefferson and Roosevelt 11-12. Huron, Watertown, T-Area, and Sturgis in the top 16. I think the bottom 4 are pretty much done, and that's where they'll stay. Sioux Falls, Lincoln, Rapid City Central, Yankton, and Douglas, even with 3, 4, 5 games to play for many of them. Tonight, it's the Governors at Brookings, as mentioned. Aberdeen Central playing at Watertown. O'Gorman going to Harrisburg. Mitchell at Sioux Falls, Washington. And Yankton hosting Sioux Falls Christian. And it's Lincoln at Roosevelt in the big town. Of course, those 3 Western doubleheaders all got postponed tonight. And then on Friday, the next action, the Governors playing at home against the Mitchell Colonels, while Brookings goes to Aberdeen Central Friday night. And then the Governors also have Sioux Falls Lincoln, the 1-14 Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots on Saturday afternoon, and that'll be a 2:00 start time. So Governor girls basketball Friday night hosting Mitchell will be on KGFX 1060 AM, 103.1 FM, and the Saturday game with no conflict with the boys, that'll be on here on River 92.7 on Saturday, as mentioned. Saturday, by the way, on KGFX, we'll be covering high school wrestling as well. Region tournament play on Saturday with a state tournament a couple of weekends away. That is our state of basketball in Class AA for both boys and girls. And once again, senior night. We've got some cheerleaders that will be recognized here, and the boys basketball seniors also going to be recognized tonight. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Let's take another break, 3 minutes, and we're back with the keys to success, chatting with the coaches when we return, beginning with Brianna Kusler of the Pierre Governors and our Central Dakota Eye Care Keys to Success. We're back with 3 minutes, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
This winter, that moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not. There's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides.
We're going to fix that. They're confident that we can figure it out. It's just a matter of putting it together, and I think tonight's a great opportunity for that.
Drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system? Call Olson Plumbing, 605-224-6436.
Standpoint, being able to push in transition, but that's going to be something that we have to be very intentional about. Running the floor hard, getting out ahead, not being afraid to throw some of those, even if it results in a turnover or two, just because we are being aggressive in the full court. But and then just establishing things on the defensive side of things. At Sioux Falls Lincoln, we tossed a few different defenses out there to see what was going to work, and I thought that the boys did a really good job of adapting to what was necessary. Things got away from us there in the third, but regardless, when we went from zone to man or man to zone, whatever it might be, they were communicating with one another. Everybody was on the same page, and that's something that those little victories, even within a loss, that we can take away are things like that, where if we can keep putting those type of things together, we don't stray away from the controllable things. Good things are going to happen down the road, and we've got 5 games to put things together to be playing our best basketball heading into postseason.
What are the positives that you've seen out of Brookings so far? What are they doing well right now?
They, regardless of their record, it'd be really easy to be 0-16 and just be out there not really caring. And they don't. They're out there. They work their butts off on both ends of the floor. They're great teammates. You can tell that. Their losses aren't because of that. It might just be a lack of ability, a little bit, but that lack of ability can be made up with their effort, and we certainly don't want to be the ones to give them that. And we want to make sure that we're matching and exceeding every effort that they give us, especially on the rebounding side of things. We've got to make sure that we're clearing the glass, giving ourselves more opportunities. That was a concern after the Lincoln game, but and full credit to Lincoln there of being extremely intentional on the glass, especially the offensive boards. But that's something that we feel like we have the ability to do too, but it's a will, and you've got to go and pursue that ball, and you've got to just have the intent that nobody's taking it from you. And we see that a lot of times in practice with our cutthroat stuff, and now we want to see that in the game.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight. We'll get it done.
Thanks.
That's Brianna Kuzler, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, with her coach's comments and keys to success in our pregame that are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. As we step aside, we'll hear from CDE, and we're back with the head coach of Brookings Bobcats, Mike McCarty. Keys to success continue next. This is Governor Basketball.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye?
You asked for it. Non-stop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book non-stop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
In a world that's always moving, your journey matters. And at Iverson Auto Group, we're here to get you on the road with a great selection of new and used vehicles and trailers, and keep you on the road with top-notch service, maintenance, and support. Every mile of your journey, the experienced team at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron are here to help. Visit us in Mitchell and Huron or start your search at iversonauto.com to begin your journey today.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
Welcome back to
so just gaining that experience and learning what it takes to compete on a nightly basis in AA. And yeah, I mean, anything can happen any night. We understand that. And that's why we come out here and play the games each and every night. And I think that's, part of the motivation that these guys still have at this point of the year is anything can happen. And, we're going to go out there and give it everything we have, and what happens will happen.
Yeah, I love the fact that they're still competitive, and you hope that doesn't go away. I mean, it's still the nature of sport to come out here and do everything you can. You're going to face a Pierre team that, played 3 good quarters against the Sioux Falls Lincoln team. I imagine you've had a lot of games like that, maybe 3 good quarters. It's just that one scoring lull that kind of gets you.
Yeah, we've had a pretty similar season with Pierre as far as that goes. We've had a lot of games where we've been, tied or maybe 2 points in 3 of the 4 quarters, but there's just that one quarter throughout the game where we don't take care of the ball, we don't shoot the ball well enough, and we get outscored by 10, 12 points that one quarter, and just it's too much for us to overcome. But we've put a lot of good halves and good 3 quarters together. We just haven't been able to do it for the full 32 minutes or 4 quarters for a game yet this year.
All right, let's talk about the Governors then in particular, and what you see out of them, and what challenges you'll face tonight.
Yeah, they're a very good team, well balanced. A lot of what they do starts with Luke Olson, getting them into what they want to do. They run a lot of action and sets for him and for Getz. Last year Getz had 6 threes and 28 points against us. We know what he's capable of, and Luke Olson is capable of doing that on a nightly basis as well. So we certainly have to know where those 2 are, but it's not just those 2. The Dilges kid inside has been playing well, last few games, and then there are other guards that play, do a lot of good things for him as well. They're capable shooters. If we close out not in control, then they're capable of going by us and finishing at the rim too.
Is there a lot of similarities between them and you guys?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of similarities. We have a few guys inside, but we're pretty perimeter based. Like to move the ball around and have some balance, similar to what Pierre does. We have a couple guys that lead us, Bergen Tetzlaff, Brody McCarty, but we certainly have other guys that are capable of getting double-digit scoring, any night. Just the balance and kind of being led by a couple guys are definitely some similarities that I see.
All right, your overall keys to success for tonight.
Well, for us, it's something that's been a challenge for us all year, but just taking care of the basketball. We've had close to 15 to 20 turnovers almost every game. So, taking care of the ball is our number one priority. And if we can do that, I feel like we can get some pretty good shots. But if we don't take care of the ball, then, it's pretty tough to be competitive at AA. And then after that is on the defensive end, having, awareness of where their shooters are at and being able to guard the basketball, keep it in front of us. And rebounding is always a key. We did really well against Jefferson last game in that regard, so we're hoping that can translate into tonight.
Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck, all right?
Okay, thank you.
And that's Mike McCarty, the head coach of the Brookings Bobcats. Coach's comments, keys to success in a pregame, brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. A 3-minute timeout. We're back with the starting lineups coming up next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
This winter, the game is on.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being local means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey, Josie, why so glum, chum?
I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars.
You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling.
Whoa, no way!
Yeah, you should check them out.
Where can I find them?
You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your name.
Welcome back to the
92.7 KGFX FM, Pierre. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Back at Riggs High Gym, Brian Oakland continuing our Bank West pregame show. A little bit later start because of senior night festivities. Seniors for the Govs that we mentioned, well, we'll do that in a moment with our starting lineups. But our starting lineups are next, and let's start by meeting the visiting team, the Brookings Bobcats. Our starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Bobcats will start with 5 juniors. They have 2 seniors on their roster. They are a young squad. 2 seniors that'll both come in off the bench tonight, but the 4 juniors that'll start in the backcourt include Jones Huntermer at 6'2", Brody McCarty, also 6'2", Jace Bauer is a 6'2" junior, and Drew Johnson, the little guy of the bunch, the 5'11" junior. The big fella in the middle is Bergen Tetzlaff, a 6'5" junior. In that starting lineup with Huntermer, McCarty, Bauer, and Johnson. The guards, Tetzlaff, the junior forward. Jonathan Kaler is a 5'10" senior off the bench. Gavin Smith, a 6' junior guard. And Winston Plummer, a big-bodied 6'7" senior coming in off the bench as well. Bobcats still searching for their first win as they're head coached by Mike McCarty, assisted by Jared Huntermer, Joe Fredrickson, and Carter Holm. Their opponents, the Pierre Governors, will meet them once again after you hear this from Envirotech in Pierre.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler.
Service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Protect what matters most with the
on the point, the 5'11" senior getting honored on senior night, along with Sawyer Sonnenschein, the 5'8" senior guard, and Dawson Getz, the 6'3" senior shooter. Eladio Simmental, the small forward at 6'1" and a senior. The one non-senior starter is Lincoln Dilgis, the 6'4" junior. At the forward spot, Sonnenschein, Simmental, Getz, and Olson, seniors, Bennett Swartos and Caden Morris, other seniors who were honored tonight. And there were 3 cheerleaders who were recognized this evening as well. Grace Engbrecht, Mackenzie Newell, and Kaylee Tostenson on senior night, the cheerleaders of the boys basketball squad here for the Pierre Governors. Sonnenschein, Simmental, Getz, Dilgis, and Olson, the starting 5 with Caden Ahart, Sawyer Sutton, Sonnenschein, Carter Schuffelbein, and Corday Austin, the key reserves for the Governors, and head coach Brianna Kuzler, assisted by Skip Kurth, Cooper Hartley, Brevin Kaiser, and Craig Ullman. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. The other starting lineup to give to you is the naming of tonight's game officials, the 3 guys in stripes who are licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to officiate high school basketball, and we thank them for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job. Tonight's game officials are Joseph Beeler, Andy Schmaltz, and Louis Young to officiate tonight's festivities. Thanks, guys, for being our law on the court. Joe Beeler, Andy Schmaltz, Louis Young, our game officials, and they're the law on the court. They're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. And we'll hear from them momentarily. Just want to give a quick run-through of upcoming Governor sports as the boys and girls are playing Brookings tonight. Girls on the road, of course. They'll flip-flop, and the boys will be on the road on Friday. The girls will be at home as they play the Mitchell Colonels. The boys game on River 92.7 from the Corn Palace Friday night, 6:30 pregame. The girls here at Riggs High Gym. And then next Tuesday, it'll be the Governor boys at Sioux Falls Jefferson. But meanwhile, Saturday, the Governor girls will host Sioux Falls Lincoln. And we'll take a look at a deeper look at Governor sports a little bit later on. Let's hear from the law on the court once again from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division, and we'll take a 3-minute break and be back to tip it off. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Every day, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
All ages, regardless of ability to pay. Whether your need is for a routine wellness checkup, attention for an acute illness or injury, or chronic disease management, the friendly staff at Access Health stands ready to serve you. At Access Health, your family will receive the high-quality, personal, customized medical care that you deserve without the wait. Access Health, where you are our priority. Contact your local Access Health clinic today.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Back at Riggs High Gym, Comtech, we just heard from them. They'll be sponsoring our opening tip-off as soon as that comes up. But The Governors are still being announced on the floor. Brookings has been announced as well. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play along with William Wilson in studio. Live ticket has us covered online with live video stream. Achilles Willowite doing the honors here this evening. Thanks for doing the honors here for us for the first time here at Riggs High Gym. The girls' game is underway already on KGFX. After one quarter of play, they've got a 15-15 tie. That game again on 1060 AM, 103.1 FM, KGFX. We'll keep you updated on that one. We'll keep you updated on other boys' games that are going on this evening as well. Again, the schedule got trimmed with extreme chill, especially out west. 3 double headers that were postponed today, but other games including Aberdeen hosting Watertown, Brandon Valley at T area, Mitchell, who we'll see on Friday night, is hosting Sioux Falls, Washington tonight, and it is Yankton against Sioux Falls Christian in Yankton, and also in Sioux Falls Lincoln at Roosevelt. We're underway, and the opening tip, sponsored by Comtech, is controlled by 6'5" junior Bergen Tetzloff and the Brookings Bobcats. And they'll go right to left as you face your radio dial, or watch this one at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, or on the DRG News app. And we've got a baseline violation here. The baseline pass to Bergen Tetzloff, but Lincoln Dill just forced him to step on the end line. So an out-of-bounds giveaway for Brookings on their opening possession. It'll be interesting to see if the Govs can force turnovers tonight, as Brookings, according to Coach Mike McCarty, has been turning it over to the tune of 15 or 20 a game. That's an awful lot. Governors actually, with the 5-10 mark, they haven't been turning the ball over too much. In fact, I only had them at about 7 against Sioux Falls Lincoln. But they will lose one here. It's a takeaway for Brody McCarty. Bobcats will push it back up. Brookings in road black tonight. Red numbers, white trim. Again, heading from right to left. The Governors in their home whites with the green numbers and trim left to right up the court. Here's a 3 ball from the left wing. It's up no good on the miss by Jace Bauer, but Luke Olson will pull down the rebound. No score yet. 1 minute gone by. Dawson Getz with a 3, and it's good. Dawson Getz his first of the night. Coach McCarty reminded us Dawson reined in 6 bangers a season ago, in Brookings, and scored 28 in a win against the Bobcats. Here is a 3 to answer, but it's up no good. The miss for Jones Huntemer, and it is Olson up with another rebound. Luke Olson at 5'11" gets more rebounds than anybody I can recall at that size. Pass from Getz back to Dilgis, but the Bobcats will get a hand on it. And I think Huntemer had the first one. He'll get the steal. As up the floor it goes. Now to the baseline, kick it back out. Good ball movement by Brookings, but a shot no good. Offensive rebound. Tetzloff too strong on the way back, and we have a foul. Is this on the shot, or did Lincoln Dill just get put to the floor? That's what I saw, and that is where the foul is. So it's on a block out by Brookings, as Brookings goes 0 for 2, even though they did get an offensive rebound. But Pierre will have it back with a 3-0 lead, 6:05 to play. We're in quarter number 1, still just underway. Again, Brian Oakland, glad to have you aboard here on a Tuesday night. Pretty good crowd, as cold as it is outside. Here comes Getz, left side around Tetzloff. He does a good job defensively to close off the lane. Simmental back to Luke Olson. He'll get a first step around Huntemer and drive left side, lay it up and in with the scoop on the right hand. 5-0 Governors, as they are 2 for 2 on the floor so far, although they have lost 2 possessions as well. Bobcats, as Coach mentioned, perimeter oriented. They'll move it around. Now Olson gets in on the dribble to knock it away from McCarty. And it's tipped to Sawyer Sonnenschein. Now Eladio Simmental will fire and hit one from the left corner. Simmental getting into the action, and the Governors have scored the first 8 tonight here on their home floor. Simmental knocks the dribble away this time from Drew Johnson, but it's out of bounds on the near side, and Brookings will inbound from there. Talked about Brookings. I think especially earlier this season, some of their final scores were quite close. And second game of the year they played Huron to a 5-point game. Although that first game, they did get blown out by a Watertown team that's had their struggles this year. Here's a three that's too strong by McCarty, but again, it is Tetzloff cleaning up on the backside, and this time he'll get the bunny to go, and Brookings is on the board as Tetzloff scores the two. Now the Governors lose another one. Fumbled dribble for Pierre. Now Brookings up top looking for a three again. Huntemer unable to get it to go, and we've got bodies on the floor again. Long rebound gets to Olsen to Simmental, and the fast break works to perfection for the Governors. 10-2, the Governors back up by 8 so far with 4:10 to go, not even to the halfway point of our first quarter of play. Quick hands, Sawyer Sonnenschein knocks it away. The Governors get it back. Getz will spot up for three. Bingo! Dawson gets. And the Governors are 3 for 3 from distance, and they've blown open a 13-2 lead in the first half of our first quarter of play. Timeout to the Bobcats. Coach McCarty will take 60. Our timeouts are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. And we're back after this 1 minute step aside. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
May Adam. Getting ready to head out to the game or getting back afterwards? DJ Senix is a must before or after your travels. DJ Senix has a great selection of hot and cold snacks. They're second to none for your choice of hot or cold beverages too. And when you're heading out, be sure to fuel up with quality from the pumps at DJ's with 3 different grades. Back late? No problem. DJ's features pay at the pump convenience 24 hours a day. DJ Senix, 507 West Sioux and Pierre. Your choice for quality service and selection.
At Dakota Behavioral Health.
Owners Bruce and Brenda Lounsbury, owners of the Ultimate Tire Store, have been taking care of customers at TMA for over 30 years. TMA, your hometown-owned business, offers quality service and products. Tires, mufflers, alignments, oil changes, brakes. Call 605-224-6167. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. TMA, next to the Northridge Plaza in Pierre.
Back at Riggs High Gym, the Governors have come out like a house of fire. 5 for 5 on the floor, 3 for 3 from outside the arc, and they've got a 13-2 advantage over the Brookings Bobcats. Welcome back to Riggs High Gym. As Brookings tries to slow the momentum of the Governors, Brody McCarty driving. Looked like he had an open lane, but he tried to feed to Tetzloff. Ball got away, and then Tetzloff got it back, and he is fouled going up with a shot attempt, as the Governors will be whistled for their first foul on the night. And it's Carter Scheffelbein who had just checked into the game during the timeout. Corday Austin also into the game, a 6'3 junior. Scheffelbein, the 5'10 sophomore. Tetzloff to shoot 2 from the stripe. He has the only 2 so far for Brookings. First one rims in and out, no good. He'll try another one. And the 6'5 junior gets a better touch this time to add one more, 13-3. Governors facing a 1-2-2 on the way up the floor, but Olsen to Getz across the timeline. Olsen has it back to set the offense up. Here's Austin underneath. Getz is fouled, and the shot is good. Brody McCarty with the foul. And Dawson Getz, who is on fire so far here in the early going, gets the basket to go, and he's got a chance at a three-point play. He's hit 2 threes. Now we'll try to get one the old-fashioned way, but he is not able to hit the freebie. Tetzloff with the rebound. Brookings will come back right to left. 15-3, Governors by 12. Early on here in the first period, 3:20, counting down, quarter number 1. Here's Drew Johnson, top of the key. Austin right there with him. He checked in for Eladio Simmental, who also was off to a good start. Pass is kicked here by Dilges from the left elbow. And Brookings will have their first substitutions in. Out checking is Jones Huntemer, Jonathan Kaler on, 5'10 senior. Also Gavin Smith, the 6-foot junior, coming in for the Bobcats as Jace Bauer takes a chair. The inbound comes to Kaler. He'll drive to the free throw line. Kick out. Quick fire. McCarty is good for 3. Coach's kid, Brody McCarty. Gets a 3-ball down. Brookings back within 9 here at 15-6. Just under 3 minutes to go. Getz fakes a 3 of his own on the left wing. Drives Gives it to Dilgis. He finds Scheffelbein underneath. Carter fouled on the way up. And McCarty may have just picked up his second personal, judging by his reaction. And Brody McCarty guilty of 2 now. He may have to check out here momentarily, although Brookings doesn't have anybody at the scorer's table. Eladio Simmental is there. He'll check back in for Dawson Getz after Scheffelbein's first attempt, but that one's missing. Governors 0 for 2 so far. Scheffel will try another one, and that one is good. So the Governors make it a 10-point game again. Brookings quickly up the floor. 16-6, though. Pierre on top. They still haven't missed a field goal yet. Here's Gavin Smith from the right corner up top. He throws it into the backcourt. Loose ball. And Corday Austin with the steal and the jam. Not necessarily a steal, more than just a bad pass, but Corday Austin cleaned it up, and he two-hand throws it down. And now another high pass for Brookings, and this one will go out of bounds. Their 5th turnover. And it's an 18-6 ball game. The Governors will have it back. Corday started the first 12 ball games or so on the season. And now is coming off the bench, but he got an early entrance into this one, and he got an opportunity to bring the crowd to life if they weren't already. 2 minutes to play, 12-point advantage for the Governors. Here's Olsen, quick pass into Lincoln Dilgis. Dilgis turns and puts one off the glass and good. The Govs are 7 for 7 here in this first period. Chance at the free throw line. Drew Johnson, no room. McCarty's got room out on the wing. In fact, Simmental with a hand in his face, but Brody McCarty has 2 fouls, but he also has 2 threes, and it's 20-9. Govs by 11. Here across the timeline in the offensive set now. Olsen gets that high screen. The roll not available. It's McCarty to steal the pass as Olsen was looking for Dilgis down the lane. Now a 3 for Johnson from the left side. The perimeter-oriented Brookings Bobcats starting to get their feel for it. They've hit 3 threes in a row now, and it's 20-12. What was 20-6. Here's Dilgis wide open, but he had room to drive. He misses, follows, and will put it up and in. Dilgis with the offensive rebound and the putback. That was the first miss on the floor for the Governors so far, but they lead 22-12. Now as we're into the final minute of quarter number 1. See Weston Plummer, 6'7" senior on the floor for the first time for Brookings. Down the lane comes Jonathan Kaler. He will be tied up here by Dilgis, and the Governors are going to get a takeaway on the jump ball, alternating possession. Dilgis checks out with Scheffelbein and Corday Austin. Sawyer Sonnenschein, Dawson Getz back in. Starters, along with Caden Ahart's, his first trip to the floor, the 6'2" sophomore, as Pierre leads by 10 already. In fact, they did have a 14-point lead at 20-6. That's their biggest. Getz his pass, maybe some miscommunication with Ahart's. It's picked up and taken away as Jones Huntemer back in there for the Bobcats, who can play for the last shot, but the dribble gets loose with Luke Olsen causing havoc. Brookings keeps it in play, though. They still have 13 seconds left. Here comes Plummer, and a nice feed by McCarty. And Weston Plummer puts one up and in over the top of the Governor defense. 3, 2, 1. Simmental's shot to end it is blocked by Plummer, but there is a foul. Weston Plummer gets Eladio Simmental on the wrist. And Eladio Simmental, with no time left on the first quarter clock, will get free throws here to close out the period. Plummer with his first personal. Simmental can't get the first one. That rims in and out, no good. The Governors 8 of 9 on the floor, but they're 1 for 4 from the free throw line so far. A chance for one here, and that one rims in and out. So they'll go 1 for 5 in the quarter. They might just have to keep the shooting field goals, as they've done a good job at that. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, after 1 quarter of play, the Govs lead 22-14. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We take a 60-second break. Quarter number 2 is next. This is Pierre Governor basketball.
We offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
But apparently, in that first quarter, they hit their first 8 shots on the floor, and the one that they finally missed was followed up and put back in by Lincoln Dilgis, and a 9 of 10 effort on the floor. And again, just 1 of 5 from the free throw line, which is uncharacteristic of the Governors, but still 22-14. If it weren't for 3 threes in a row by Brookings at one point, they might have been better off. Here's Simmental, who gets a steal, and he gets a breakaway. He had a little rattle on the slam dunk, but Eladio Simmental will put one down. You can call that a dunk. Governors replenish the lead to 10 at 24-14. Plummer getting hounded in the lane, and Dawson Getz will foul, and Winston Plummer will go to the free throw line. Second foul for the Governors on the night, but the first in the second period, and the first personal for Dawson Getz. Plummer, big fella, 6'7", a little strong on the first effort here. And Brookings will bring Brody McCarty back in. He did have 2 fouls in that first period, so he'll still have to be careful. Gavin Smith checking out. And Plummer's second one is good. Good touch on that one, and he has 3 points. 24-15, here by 9. We're just underway in the second period. Governor girls are at halftime, leading 34-32. Lennox Dupree with a big night so far. Here's a 3 for Dawson Getz. Fading away just a bit. Can't get this one to go. Jones Huntemer with the rebound. And Brookings up the floor, trying to cut into a 9-point deficit. Huntemer, a long 3 up top for Kaler, and that's no good, but Sonnenschein is the last to touch. He was underneath Tetzloff, and this is called correctly. Sawyer thought he was the first to touch, and then it was knocked away by Tetzloff, but it was Tetzloff first, and then Sonnenschein did get it. Now Sonnenschein trying to defend against Tetzloff. Bergen gives him a little 2-hand shiver to get rid of him. He'll receive the pass and then lay it up and in. McCarty with the assist on the inbound. Now Brookings hanging tough. Caden Aharts wants a 3. That is good. Brookings had cut it to 7, but Aharts makes it 10 again, 27-17. Another feed from Luke Olson. I've got him with 5 assists already, even though he's only scored 2 on 1 layup tonight. 27-17, as mentioned. Pass tipped. It's Olson. Saves it, but it's back into the hands of the Bobcats. Now a pass is tipped, I believe, by Dawson Getz. Here comes Simmental, and he'll be fouled. He went up on the left side. It looked like he was using the right side of his body, tried to double pump it to the left. But Jones Huntemer will deny the layup or anything else a little more exciting than that. And Eladio Simmental back at the free throw line. First one is off the back of the rim, no good. And as mentioned, the Governors, for some reason, struggling at the free throw line, which is not characteristic of them. They're usually a pretty good free throw shooting team. Huntemer checks out with his first personal for Brookings. Looks like Jace Bauer, I believe, has replaced him back in there. Simmental gets one to go. Eladio out to an 8-point start to this game. Lead is 11, 28-17 for the Govs. And Simmental gets a hand on a pass as Olson comes down with it. It'll be pushed from behind. It's another steal for Eladio Simmental. And Jace Bauer will pick up the foul, his second. And he'll have to check back out. Drew Johnson, starting guard, is in. Brookings, again, it's been a very difficult season for Brookings. They haven't won a game yet. You just hope that they don't get too frustrated too soon, all things considered. They're not playing that badly. The Governors have just been shooting lights out. Here's Sawyer Sonnenschein, tries a three. That's no good. Sawyer on the floor in the lane trying to follow the shot, battling for it, and we'll have a jump ball, and the Governors will get to keep it after all that. Sawyer Sonnenschein gives a lot away in the size department, but he makes up for it in hustle, and he got that one back. And they put the shot clock back down to 26 seconds. I think that one actually grazed the rim, but they're saying apparently it did not. Sonnenschein out, Lincoln Dilgis back in. The Govs will have plenty of time still left in this possession. We're just under 6 minutes to play in the second period. The inbound to Dawson Getz. He tries a three, but somebody might have got a hand on that. Tetzloff down with it. Up the floor. Now McCarty slicing through defenders, but the attempt is no good. Getz with the Governor rebound. Transition in play here. Olsen top of the key. They'll slow it down. Now Dilgis underneath the Simmental makes a nice receive, but he can't get the shot to fall. McCarty with the rebound. Up ahead. Here come the Bobcats again. Kaler. Simmental denies that shot attempt. Kaler will kick it out, and McCarty hits another triple. Brody McCarty missed his first two, but he's got three straight now, and Brookings is back within single digits again, 28-20. Here's Dilgis off the right side of the lane. Gets it back outside to Dawson Getz. Up top, Eladio Simmental. Getz, he'll fire from NBA range, trying to get the feeling back. No good. But down with it is Caden Ahart's offensive rebound. Simmental will drive, but he'll run into a brick wall and travel with it. Maybe a little too aggressive there for Eladio Simmental. Turnover number 6 for the Governors. And there's something that Coach Kusler talked about in our pregame chat. They want to be aggressive. They're going to push the tempo, and that will kind of lead to turnovers, 5 of them in the first period. So she wasn't wrong about that. But the Govs are leading by 8. Brookings trying to make it a 5-point game. Drew Johnson, who has 1-3 down, doesn't get this one, though. Getz will go to get the rebound. He'll get it back. Lets a man fly by. Off the dribble. Shot is good. 3 more for Dawson Getz, his third of the day. 31-20. Governors by 11. Here on Tuesday night at Riggs High Gym. Kaler to McCarty. Happy feet. He stuttered and will travel, and the Governors will get it back. That's 9 turnovers for Brookings already. And again, the Governor defense will contribute to that as Brookings tries to play to their tempo, but that's been the Achilles heel of the Bobcats all season long. But here's a Kaler steal, and then he will feed back to Jones Huntermer in the lane. And Brookings gets points off of a turnover here. 31-22. Ahart's leaning in. Shot won't go, and he's the last to touch as it'll go out of bounds. Governors may have missed on an opportunity there. It seemed like they had, they broke the press. They had a 3-on-3, but Ahart's was a little off balance, I think, on that initial shot attempt. So back come the Bobcats again, trying to keep pace as much as possible. McCarty, another 3. This time won't go. But it's Tetzloff with a rebound, and he'll back his way in and put a little baby hook up and in. Bergen Tetzloff with 7 points. That's the difference right now in favor of the Governors, though, 31-24. Schuffelbein travels with it. Looked like he just tripped on the floor. I wasn't so sure he didn't get a foul from a push from behind. That wasn't the case, but a timeout will be taken by the Governors as Brookings keeping pace. 31-24 our score. This is a 30-second Coca-Cola break in the action with 3:33 to play in the first half, and we're back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Looking for a good night?
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
Timeouts in our broadcast sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling and your favorite Coke product. Governors have had a 14-point lead in this game. They got out smoking in this game. But Brookings, with help from three-point shots and also some steals and offensive rebounds, are keeping pace in this game. They'll work it underneath the Bergen Tetzloff against two defenders. Getz had the rebound. Tetzloff took it right back, gets it again, and then scores and is finally fouled. Bergen Tetzloff with no quit there. And Dawson Getz will pick up his second foul. I imagine that the timeout that the Governors took, Brianna Kuzler's message was, let's not get complacent. Take nothing for granted. These Bobcats are here to play. Even though Tetzloff misses the free throw, he's 1 for 3, gets with the rebound, but suddenly we've got a 5-point game. It's 31-20. And Getz and Carter Shufflebein. 10 on the shot clock. Olsen's been quiet, but he'll feed out to Dawson Getz online, but off the back of the rim from long range. Austin will get the rebound. Governors have it again, and now it's Lincoln Dilges driving right side, and Dilges up and good for 2. Pierre needed that basket. They're back up by 7, 33-26. Lincoln with 6. Under 2.5 to go. And now Getz gets a hand on a pass. It was tipped again by the Govs. It came to Gavin Smith. He has a buddy opportunity, but it's no good. Shufflebein will rebound for Pierre. And back to Governors come left to right, setting it up. Getz going to fire again, but that one underneath the rim, no good. Dilges catches it, and then his pass is knocked away out to the student body right, and it's Governor basketball. So Dawson Getz hit his first couple from long range, but he's 1 for 5 from distance here in the second period, 3 for 8 overall. And again, he did hit 6 in Brookings a year ago. 2 minutes to play, first half. Here's Dilges, 10 feet out right side over Winston Plummer. And now a basketball caught by Dilges in traffic, but he falls, and they're going to call a travel. It's not a bad call. Problem is Dilges hit the deck hard. As long as he didn't hit the back of his head on the floor, things should be okay, but some unfortunate circumstances here for the Govs. Meanwhile, Brookings with it again. Trailing by 7. 1:45 mark of the second period. Skip pass to the right wing. With it is Jonathan Kaler. He'll find Jones Huntemer at the free throw line. Now McCarty on the drive. Spins around Getz. Nope, he traveled with it again. McCarty working hard, but just a little too much movement with the feet that time. And the Governors will get it back. 10th turnover of the day so far for the Bobcats. Counting down the last 90 seconds of the first half, Governors would like to get some momentum going into the locker room once again. Here's Corday Austin. Up top, Getz. He's going to shoot again. This time he's got it. Dawson Getz now 4 of 9 from outside the arc. 14 points for the 6'3 senior. 36-26, a double-digit lead again for the Governors. Nice pass underneath here to Huntemer. He'll lay it up and in. The give from Drew Johnson. Brookings has 7 assists in this game. Olsen up in the air to Austin, and Plummer gets over there defensively, and Austin got caught with some indecision. He'll lose it out of bounds. McCarty will check out in the play stoppage. Gavin Smith back in for the Bobcats, who trail 36-28. Here at times, it seemed like they were going to run away with this one, but the second period has been played very well by the Bobcats. Here's a right elbow jumper, though, for Kaler. Had an open look. It rims in and out. Luke Olsen will have the rebound, and the Governors will slow it up. About 7 seconds difference. No, more like 5 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Shot clock right now at 20 as Olsen's out at half court. Just dribbling, not closely guarded. Drew Johnson staring at him from about 5 feet away. Now Olsen puts it in play to Getz. Down low, this is Dilgis. It's up and in for 2. Lincoln Dilgis makes the strong move. One more opportunity with 4 seconds to go for Brookings. A long 3 for Kaler. Off the mark, no good. And our first half will come to an end. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Pierre Governors will take a 38-28 lead into intermission. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 3 minutes and we go to halftime. Our halftime break sponsored by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Ameriprise Advisor.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Did you pick up your 2025 Grossenberg calendar? If not, you should. This month, if you follow the maze from Sundance, Wyoming to Beersford, South Dakota, and bring it into any of their 9 locations parts staff, Grossenberg will give you a free John Deere glass cleaner. So have some fun and get a free John Deere glass cleaner when you partner up with Grossenberg Implement. Offer valid on only one glass cleaner, part number TY25684. No cash value and only valid at Grossenberg Implement. See parts staff for full details.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free.
What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all,
but to put your ideas to work?
What if your bank asked, what if, a little more?
Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
And, just 6 of 15 in the second quarter, but they do outscore Brookings 16-14 in the second period. They lead by 10 right now, 38-28. 15 of 25 on the floor for the Governors, 6 of 12 from outside the arc, but they have struggled from the free throw line, just 2 of 7. However, 7 Governors have scored already in this game. Dawson Getz has hit 4 threes in 9 tries. He's got 14 points to lead all scorers. Eladio Simmental played well in this first half. He has 8 points. Lincoln Dilgis with 8 as well. Corday Austin with a slam dunk for 2. Simmental, by the way, had a dunk as well. And Luke Olson has been held to just 2 points, but he hasn't been looking to score an awful lot. He's dished it out quite nicely, though. Carter Shufflebind with 1 free throw down. Caden Aharts, by the way, has a 3-pointer in this game for the Governors off the bench. For the Bobcats, they'll go 5 of 12 in the first period. They hit 3 threes to kind of keep it close after falling behind 20-6 at one point. And then they go 6 of 15 in the second period. They're 11 of 27 overall, 4 of 14 outside the arc, 2 of 5 from the free throw line. And they're led in scoring by Brody McCarty, who has 3 threes. Bergen Tetzloff strong in the middle with 9 points as well. Jones Huntermer has 4. Drew Johnson with a 3-pointer down. And Winston Plummer off the bench with 3 points for Brookings, who trails 38-28. 12-9, the rebounding advantage just to the Governors, but 5-4, the advantage on the offensive end goes to Bergen Tetzloff for the Brookings Bobcats. Tetzloff with 5 offensive rebounds in this game, 6 overall. Governors have 3 players, Luke Olson, Dawson Getz, and Linga Dilgis with 3 rebounds apiece. Brookings has turned it over 10 times compared to 9 for the Govs, and the Govs have a 10-8 advantage in the assist column. Luke Olson with 5 assists, and Jonathan Kaler and Brody McCarty with 3 each for Brookings. 38-28, our score. Let's pause for 3 minutes again, and there's more. And our halftime, sponsored by Wealth Partners Ahead. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to
Page. 38-28. Governor Boys have the lead over the Bobcats at half, and they're closing in on the end of the third quarter on KGFX. The Governor girls, who were leading by 2 at the break, now lead by 11, 49-38. They've had a good third period. That game on KGFX. Other boys scores that are going on tonight. Sioux Falls Lincoln leads at Roosevelt, at Roosevelt, 27-20. That game at halftime. Brandon Valley has a 48-37 lead over T area in T. That one just starting the fourth quarter. Next Governor opponent is Mitchell at the Corn Palace Friday night. The Colonels are trailing Sioux Falls, Washington 44-43. A 1-point game after 3 quarters of play. Watertown wins at Aberdeen Central 60-51 tonight. Two teams starving for victories like the teams that we're seeing here tonight. Governors up their lead on the girls' side to 13 at the end of the third period. Also in girls' hoops, Roosevelt beats Lincoln tonight 49-22. O'Gorman leading Harrisburg 50-17 going to the fourth quarter. Washington is leading Mitchell 61-36. That's two teams that have only lost 3 games each this season. Meanwhile, Aberdeen Central defeats Watertown 44-33. And other scores, Yankton and Sioux Falls Christian not reporting. We'll go to the second half. The first possession brought to you by Comtech, belonging to the Brookings Bobcats. And they try a little alley-oops layup, but they shot no good. It's kept alive, however, by Jace Bauer. And he got it out, but a three-pointer missed. I didn't see whether that was Jones. I believe that was Huntemer on the attempt. But the Governors with the rebound. Dawson gets, as Pierre goes right to left, will miss a layup. He missed that on the underside of the backboard. So he got caught underneath. Lincoln Dilgis with the rebound, but he's tied up. And the Governors will keep it here. An early simultaneous possession. Possession arrow belongs to Pierre. Here's Eladio Simmental out of the inbound. Dawson gets driving, but Bergen Tetzloff blocks him cleanly. And it's Brookings basketball moving up the floor, but it looks like, nope, it's knocked away by the Governors, and Brookings will keep it here. So nothing happening so far in the first 39 seconds, even though we've been up and down the floor a few times. Rebound comes out top to Huntemer. Olsen tried to tip it, but couldn't get to it. Now a nice feed, Tetzloff to Jace Bauer, who will score. And Brookings strikes first here in the second half. 38-30 our score. Biggest lead for the Govs has been 14. Here comes Luke Olsen, and a little hesitation, stop and go. Gets a quick first step, and he drives to the hoop and scores on the right side. 10-point lead is fulfilled again, 40-30. We'll see if Luke Olsen tries to take over this second half. Governors in the 2-3 zone. They have been much of the night so far. 3 ball by Huntemer on the left corner, no good. Sawyer Sonnenschein with the rebound. Now Olsen, transition, another layup, it's good. Olsen dished it out a lot in the first half. He might be just content to try scoring a little bit more here in the second half. The lead is 12, 42-30. Olsen with the first 4 of the half for the Govs. Underneath, down low, Tetzloff up top. Now Brody McCarty will drive and float one in the middle of the lane. That's off the back of the rim, though, no good. Lincoln Dilgis will rebound for Pierre. And the Governors have it again. Here's Dilgis from Sonnenschein, and that one is good on the drive. And the Governors starting to feel the offensive rhythm again. Their biggest lead of the night is matched with 2 minutes gone by in the third period. Brookings will take a 30-second Coca-Cola timeout. Governors on top now 44-30. Take a 30-second Coke break and be right back with more from Ringside Gym. This is Pierre Governor Basketball.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
It was actually a little bit colder. Back at it here, and a shot by Huntemer, looking for three from the corner. It bounds off the rim, and then was rebounded by Tetzloff, who put it back up and in. But the shot by Huntemer off of the rim bounced up and hit the shot clock above the backboard, and it's been ruled out of bounds. So no basket there for the Bobcats. And the lead is still at 14. Olsen gets it over to Eladio Simmental. Simmental trying to backdoor pass to Dawson Getz, but Tetzloff will knock it away out of bounds. Starters are still in there for both teams since halftime began, or the second half began, rather. Luke Olsen, Dawson Getz, Lincoln Dilgis, Eladio Simmental, Sawyer Sonnenschein for the Cubs. The inbound is to Getz up top. He was open for three, but he dumps it down to Tetzloff. He gets it out to Olsen. Olsen penetrates. Left baseline coming with it is Simmental, but now he gets it back to Getz. 5 on the shot clock. A long 2 here for Sawyer Sonnenschein. That's off the mark, no good. And Tetzloff will rebound. Brookings gets it inside. Pass was fumbled, but Tetzloff picks it up. Now he finds a little help in Drew Johnson. However, Johnson misses from point-blank range. Sonnenschein out of there with it for the Governors. They'll cross the timeline. Govs in home white, moving right to left as you watch this one at drgnews.com. Simmental faked a 3. Gets it to Dilgis inside. He's trying to get around a defender. To no avail. Finds Getz, who gets it back to Lincoln Dilgis. And from the middle of the paint, Dilgis is off the square and good for 2. He's got a dozen. And now the newest, biggest lead for the Govs is 16. 46-30. They've scored 6, make it 8 in a row. Dilgis falls down as Bergen Tetzloff backs in against him. Tetzloff puts it off the glass and breaks that 8-point run. Bergen Tetzloff with 11 tonight. This kid is a very strong player. It's a tough season for the Bobcats, but I think Tetzloff will be all conference at the end of the year. Here is Dawson Getz for 3, trying to get hot again, and Dawson is 50% from long range, 5 out of 10. He has 17, leading scorer in the game. That's the difference now, 17. Here comes Tetzloff. Bunny range no good. Got his own rebound, though, and then is fouled on the way back up as Lincoln Dilgis will get him here. Nope, it's Luke Olsen. 2-3 instead of 1-3, and Olsen's first personal. First whistle and foul here in the second half. Bergen Tetzloff at the free throw line. He is 1 for 3 so far tonight. First one a line drive, but it is good. And we'll see our first subs for both teams in this second half. Winston Plummer, the big fella, in for Jones Huntemer for the Bobcats. Eladio Simmental and Lincoln Dilgis are out in place of Carter Shufflebein. Nope, not Shufflebein. Sutton Sonnenschein is in for the first time tonight. He's joined by Corday Austin. And Bergen Tetzloff's second free throw is good. He'll catch a break as Jonathan Kaler is on, the 5'10 senior guard. 49-34 Governors, led by 17 a moment ago. Now lead by 15 with 3:40 to play. We're in quarter number 3. Olsen goes right around Plummer and then has his shot blocked by the helper, Brody McCarty. Out of bounds. Olsen's first miss of the night, but he'll inbound off the right side of the key. Governors shooting at a great clip so far tonight. Got off to a 9 for 10 start in that first period. Olsen inbounds to Dawson Getz. Gets it back from the right block. Kicks it up. 3-ball. Corday Austin is good. Governors getting scoring from a lot of people tonight. 52-34. Now Olsen steps in front of a pass and knocks it away. Getz picks it up. Sonnenschein, nicely done. It's big brother to little brother. Sawyer to Sutton. Sonnenschein running the backdoor cut, and the pass was perfect. The first time a 20-point lead for the Govs. Comes with 3 minutes left in the third. Here's Drew Johnson for 3. That one's in and out. Good shot. Sutton Sonnenschein will rebound, and he's run into, and it'll be a foul on Brookings. Jace Bauer picking up his third personal. He's the first player in this game with that many. Really haven't had a lot of whistles in this game at all against either team. Brookings has 7. The Governors actually only with 4 fouls so far all game long. But they lead by 20, 54-34, after leading by 8 after 1 and 10 after 2. Swing it around the perimeter, Austin to Olsen. Up top, Sawyer Sonnenschein. He'll drive and pull up in front of the free throw line and hit it. Good shot for Sawyer Sonnenschein. He and Sutton both scoring here in this third quarter so far. Pierre has 9 players who have at least 1 point in this game. 56-34. Back to the near side. A 3 ball. Looking for it is Kaler. That won't go. Dawson Getz will rebound. And the Governors getting really settled in here in the third period. I asked Coach Mike McCarty in the pregame if, about the Governors, who a lot of times play 3 out of 4 quarters pretty well, that one gets away as Olsen will drive and score again. 1 quarter that gets away, and he nodded in agreement. Yep, that's been happening to Brookings a lot as well. Getz will block Plummer from behind. And the Governors take it right back. 58-34 right now. This third period would be that quarter of play for Brookings where it's just getting away from him. Gets up top. Brookings just with 6 points so far. Sutton Sonnenschein wants 3 here. That's no good, though. And loose ball taken by Drew Johnson. The Governors had a chance at it. Here's McCarty looking for 3, no good. Kaler backside is denied by Luke Olsen. Then he comes down with it and then saves it into the hands of Dawson Getz. Olsen flew in from out of nowhere. And it is 58-34. There's Olsen with the scoop around Plummer again. Luke Olsen now with 8 points in the game. In the half, rather. 10 in the game. 60-34. Governor defense really picking up the pace, which is their MO all season. McCarty tries a runner for baseline, no good. Sutton Sonnenschein rebounds. Pierre will slow it up again. We're in the final 30 seconds of quarter number 3. Pierre outscoring Brookings 22-6 so far here in the quarter. They scored 22 in the first period as well. 16 in the second. They've got a 60 spot already here as we close out the third quarter. Sonnenschein with 10 on the shot clock, tries to feed one to Austin at the left elbow, but that is kicked by Johnson. And Pierre will throw in from their own bench with 14 seconds to go. Shot clock got turned off. Does a kicked basketball renew the shot clock? I didn't think that was necessarily the case. Substitutions for both teams. Caden Aharts is in for Pierre. Lincoln Dill just back also. Brookings got Jones Huntemer in there among others also. Inbound to the backcourt. Pierre can play for the last shot, but Olsen's going to put it in motion. He'll drive and score. Splitting defenders, and he gets the foul and a chance at a 3-point play. Gavin Smith, who just checked in, will pick up the foul, his first. Luke Olsen had 14 seconds. He could have tried to play for the last shot, but he took it right to the rack. Aggressively scored. Free throw this time is good. Ole will check out. Carter Shufflebein on for the first time in the second half. 8 seconds to play in the quarter, and the Governors have a 25 spot in the stanza alone. 63-34. Lead up to 29 all of a sudden. On the move, Kaler. Here's Huntemer inside the arc, up no good, and a last-ditch effort by Tetzlaff flying through the air. He couldn't get that one to go, and our third quarter comes to an end. The Governors have blown it open. It's Pierce 63, Brookings 34. Scoreboard there brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. As we pause for 60 seconds and we go to the fourth next, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports.
92.7 KGFX FM, Pierre. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Back at Riggs High Gym, Brookings on the opening possession of the final quarter of play, and as they try to work it inside to Weston Plummer, Lincoln Dill just gets a hand on it, and the Governors will take it away. Pierre outscores Brookings 25-6 in that third period. Similar to Pierre getting outscored at Sioux Falls Lincoln in the third quarter 3 days ago, 27-6. Pierre's first possession here, a Lincoln Dill just jumper from the right side is up no good. That one from about 16. Brookings has it back. Now a Sutton Sonnenschein steal on the baseline. And Pierre will have it back again. A lot of hustle from a lot of different people for the Governors tonight. Corday Austin. Lincoln Dill, just by the way, the only starter on the floor for Pierre to start this fourth quarter of play. Carter Schuffelbein, Sutton Sonnenschein, who had to run down a loose pass, has it here. He'll fire from the top of the key, 17-footer from the half circle, though no good as Jones Huntermer is down with the rebound. Brookings back, left to right, skip it across, far side, Gavin Smith. Now to the low block to Tetzloff, pass gets away. Threw that one behind Huntermer. Sonnenschein up ahead to Corday Austin, who will get the finish. Corday Austin with 7 points. And the Governors get another turnover into a basket. The Governors lead by 31 now. Will be in mercy rule timing the rest of the fourth quarter, but it is a timeout here taken by the Bobcats. This is a 30-second. Coca-Cola breaking the action. We're back. The Govs leading again by 31 on River 92.7.
May Adam Law Firm of Pierre offers superior legal representation. Clients can be assured their legal matter will be handled with expertise and the utmost professionalism. Their skilled South Dakota lawyers can take care of your family law, estate planning, real estate law, and personal injury. They're able to help you plan and prepare to make matters easy now and into the future. Call 224-8803. May Adam Law Firm in Pierre since 1881.
Minute and a half into the fourth quarter here at Riggs in Brookings. Pierre Governors led by 13 at the end of 3, but now they lead by 8, 62-54 with 3 minutes to play. Two teams with winning records in that one. Brookings with over pursued by the Governor defense on the inbound, and Brody McCarty will get it into Bergen Tetzloff. Actually, Huntermer with the assist. Tetzloff with a nice reverse scores, and the Governors will foul. And the foul was called on Luke Olson, who is back on the floor. Tetzloff unable to hit the rebound. Eladio Simmental also back in there, comes down with a rebound. Brookings is back within 29 right now, but once again, they hit a 30-point margin a moment ago, and unless Brookings gets back underneath 20, we will have mercy rule timing. Clock will not stop with out-of-bounds plays and traveling violations and other turnovers and such like that. Dilgis will try a 15-footer here. It's no good. And now Tetzloff wrestling it away from Dilgis, trying to keep it alive. Crowd coming to life a little bit as Brianna Kuzler is going to put Bennett Swartos in early here in the fourth quarter on senior night. Caden Morris as well, the two seniors off the bench. Substitutions for Brookings as well. And there you go for that foul on Dilgis. Just his first of the night. But meanwhile, the clock did keep running. Here is Tetzloff. Swartos against him. And Benny getting in his grill. But Tetzloff able to regain his composure, his balance. And he scores with a strong move. Bergen Tetzloff with 17 to lead the Bobcats. Here's Swartos underneath. They'll score. Bennett Swartos with his first basket of the season. 67-38, 4:50 to play. Back to Tetzloff. Nice move around Swartos, who is there defensively again. But Bergen Tetzloff continues to add to his point total. In fact, he's got a game-high 19 now. Dawson Getz leads Pierre with 17. He's got the basketball here on the right wing. Up top, Caden Morris for three. That's off the front of the rim. And the crowd wanted that one, but Huntemer is down with a Bobcat rebound. Here's Brody McCarty on the move, and Swartos with helping defense will reach in, knock it away, but plenty of contact here. Bennett Swartos with his first personal foul. Clock still running. We're at 4 minutes left. And Mike McCarty will start emptying his bench as well. Jonathan Kaler is out. Number 43, Noah Lease, a 6-foot freshman, is in. Sawyer Sonnenschein is out. Senior night. Sutton Sonnenschein takes his place. Governors are going to shuffle seniors out from time to time. Here is Jace Bauer inside. Tetzloff makes the move again. This kid has everything for a complete basketball repertoire, shall we say. Caden Morris with a loose keep alive here. 3:20 to go. The lead is 25 for the Governors. Here comes Morris. He's running the point, trying to get around Bauer. He's still trying to score. Bauer will hold him up. And that'll be personal foul number 4 on Jace Bauer. Another couple of subs in. Dawson Getz and Eladio Cimental are out. Once again, senior night for Pierre. Luke Olson already out of the game. Jaden Brandt is on for the first time. Here's an inbound of Morris, but the wall of defenders, and Bauer gets a takeaway. Up ahead, Jaden Brandt trying to defend, and he will negate the breakaway. Jones Huntemer thinks he's going to the free throw line. Not the case. They'll throw in from underneath. But it was a Jace Bauer takeaway. Huntemer takes the inbound from Brody McCarty. McCarty gets it back. He'll fire a three. He does have 3 in this game. Here's a keep alive for Tetzloff. The shot will be waved off. The foul is on the floor here. Just offensive rebounding machine, Bergen Tetzloff. And the foul here as the clock does stop to shoot free throws. 2:07 left. Foul on Swartos, his second personal. Tetzloff puts his 22nd point down. The first of 2 is good. Jace Bauer will check out. Gavin Smith back in for the Bobcats. Second one for Tetzloff is good. Great night for Bergen Tetzloff. I'm sure he's been doing things like this all season long, but very impressive double-double with the points and the rebounds. Sutton Sonnenschein setting things up, and now Caden Morris. Governors want nothing more than to get Caden Morris on the scoreboard here. Carter Merrill driving. He just checked in on that last play stoppage. Here's Jaden Brandt. Now Morris. Had the space, but did not shoot the 3. Backing off against Gavin Smith. He'll feed underneath the Swartos over the top of Tetzloff. No, Tetzloff blocks. Takes it away and moves it up ahead. Here's Noah Lease, and he is fouled hard by Brandt. Jaden Brandt hits the floor hard, gets up with a grimace, but he'll walk that off. Noah Lease will have to go to the free throw line here. Lease is a freshman. Again, second personal here for Jaden Brandt. Governor's going to pull out a win tonight, 67-44. They lead. Brookings, a young team. They do have a lot of that youth in here. Of course, they started 5 juniors, one of which, Bergen Tetzloff, will check out. Another one, Brody McCarty, also out. Winston Plummer is in. Lease hits the first free throw, so he's got a bench point here with another opportunity. And this one is in and out, no good. Swartos will run down the rebound for the Govs. 67-45. The lead of 22. 75 seconds to go. Morris backs it out. Gets a screen. Looks for 3. It's not there. Now Sutton Sonnenschein to the right block. Down low, Carter Merrill. No shot available. He'll bounce it down. Morris gets around Gavin Smith. In the middle of the lane, the shot on a baby hook will not go. Lease will rebound. Governors will foul. Caden Morris had his opportunity. The Governor's student body was ready to explode in his favor here. It was a nice move, but just a little too strong on that baby jump. So 49 seconds left. Lease at the free throw line as the Governors stop the clock. Caden Morris with the personal. Swartos going to check out. Caden Aharts is in, and Caden Morris is coming out in place of Carter Shufflebine as well. Not a popular substitution for Brianna Kuzler in the minds of the student body. Lease, by the way, hit another free throw. Second one is good again. 3 out of 4 for the freshman off the bench. Now back to a 20-point game. Brookings has taken advantage of the Governors subbing down. Here's Jaden Brandt. Sutton Sonnenschein, right side. Carter Merrill. Here with the JV roster, all out there. Brookings, for the most part, same thing. One senior, Winston Plummer, is out there. 10 on the shot clock here. See if they look for a shot with 5. They're just going to back it out and let the shot clock expire. Technically a turnover, the 11th of the night for the Governors. Only 2 of those have come in the second half, however. In fact, as the clock continues to run, because we are in mercy point timing, the Bobcats inbound, but the game is now in the books. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Governors win it 67-47. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre, reminding you to use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Governors improved to 6-10 on the season. Brookings did a lot of good things tonight, but unfortunately another one on the right-hand column, and they fall to 0-17. 3 games to go for Brookings. The Governors have 4 yet to play in the regular season. Next up for both teams Friday night, as the Bobcats play Aberdeen Central, the Governors go to the Corn Palace to take on the Mitchell Colonels. We'll talk about all of that and more coming up. In 3 minutes, we'll get into the postgame. Postgame brought to you by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
The team at Family Dental.
Official voice of the Pierre Governors. Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter Shufflebine, touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3. From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email Scott at LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
They went 9 of 10 in the first quarter, and they led 22-14. But Brookings, again, after being down by 14, they hit 3 threes in the tail end of that first quarter of play, and were able to keep it within 8 at 22-14, as mentioned, and they were within as few as 5 in the second period. But the Governor defense helped make things a little more comfortable. A 10-point lead going into the halftime locker room break. The Governors led 38-28. But once again, similarities between these two teams, like I talked with Coach Mike McCarty before the game about, and similarities partly being the fact that both teams struggled to get 4 good quarters of basketball together. The Governors couldn't do that, for example, at Sioux Falls Lincoln on Saturday against a better team. Tonight, it is the Governors who outscore Brookings 25-6 in that third quarter. They open up a 63-34 lead, and then when they scored the first bucket of the second half, they ended up with a 30-point advantage, and we had a running clock the rest of the way. Brianna Kuzler has sent her seniors up to talk as, hey, Luke. Luke Olson in his own world over here. We'll get a chance to talk to some seniors in this one, but again, Governors do get outscored 13-4 in that fourth quarter. But again, the running clock when it hit a 30-plus point lead, and Brookings making a nice little comeback to make it a 20-point margin, 67-47. We'll check the stats later on, but let's talk with Luke Olson, the standout point guard for the Pierre Governors. And I tell you what, Luke, the thing I see in your game is a lot of versatility, and you're able to show that tonight because you, in the first quarter, first half, you're not really looking to score. You're looking to distribute, get teammates involved. You showed what you can do in that third quarter. This was a pretty good night for you guys on senior night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really fun. It's fun getting everybody going early, get the crowd going, banging some threes, and just having a lot of fun with the guys, and especially these 6 seniors.
You guys got off to such a good start. It's you haven't been favored in a lot of basketball games. You're favored in this one. You're on your home floor. Do you feel more comfortable in a setting like this? And in the shooters who Dawson and company, those guys that were hitting those threes, is there a comfortability factor that makes it easier to score against teams that struggle versus teams that are so good, like the Lincoln team you saw the other day?
Yeah, I think so. I think I really feel home when we're playing at home, and I think the guys, once we get comfortable, set in, we got to keep going, but also set in, do our things, and get going. And I think we did a good job of that tonight, feeding off the crowd, but not letting it get to us too much.
Brookings is, everybody in AA shows what they can do. Brookings has some pretty good players, some shooters on the outside. Tetzloff inside is the real deal, in my opinion. But tonight, on senior night, how special is it to get everybody involved? And unfortunately, you couldn't get Caden Morris a basket tonight, but it's a good feeling when guys like Benny get a bucket to go to.
Yeah, it's really special. Those two especially, they work super hard each day. They're great teammates, and it's fun to be with them regardless. And Caden's going to get one, I know it. And it's also really cool. We were the freshmen when Kusa was the head coach, so she's kind of been stuck with us, but we're thankful for her.
Full circle here, and as you look ahead now, you've got Mitchell coming up. They're in a dogfight with Sioux Falls, Washington tonight, by the way. But in the meantime, how difficult is that? I mean, they came in here and just blew you guys out of the water last year. I'm sure you'd like a better effort this time around Friday night.
Yeah, we definitely want revenge on Mitchell. We're super excited for the opportunity Friday in the Corn Palace. I think we've got some high school boys going down to watch. It's going to be a really fun game and a big game for us. We're ready to get a win.
All right, you got 4 games left. What can you get done to try to improve your standing and keep the momentum going now toward the end of the season?
I think we just talked about it in the locker room. We have to stay steady, keep doing the things that are getting us up into these big leads, stay together, and trust that we're going to get where we want to be at the end, and that's the state tournament.
All right. Luke Olson, always fun to watch. Good to see you come to life in that third quarter, and we'll see you Friday night, all right?
Thank you.
Job well done. Luke Olson, the point guard with 13 points for the Pierre Governors tonight. One of 3 double-figure scorers this evening. We'll get another senior up here to chat about this one as well. Governor girls, by the way, finish off a 72-59 victory at Brookings. A high-scoring game. Lennox Dupree with 31, and I wish I'd have seen this a moment ago, but let's see. Molly Olson. Now we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Meanwhile, Sawyer Sonnenschein, how's it going? You got a win tonight, a hard-fought win once again, and like I was asking Luke Olson, you guys come out and just looked comfortable, and you go 9 of 10 in that first quarter of play, and I mean, don't you wish you could do that all the time?
Yeah, it certainly helps. Just making that many shots throughout the game, but especially helps in the first quarter because it just helps you set the tone for the whole game and how it's going to go. Especially just at the start of the game, it just kind of propelled us. Had a slow second, but came out in the third again.
It was Brookings coach McCarty who reminded me that Dawson had 6 threes, 28 points against them last year. Was that really the game plan, to get it to him as much as possible, let him shoot as much as possible early on?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That was an overtime game, or whatever. I think it was. Gets to the hoop well, opens up a lot of options for the team. So, I don't know. Dawson's a pretty good shooter.
You didn't have the night you had like you did Saturday when you hit 3 for 3 at Sioux Falls Link, and that was pretty cool. But you still hit a nice little jumper in that second half. But don't you just love these opportunities, especially when everybody's getting into the act? You had 10 players in the scoring.
Oh yeah, no,
tonight.
For sure. It just makes it like everybody as a team is just happier. Just like everybody helps and contributes their part. And you saw that tonight. Even Caden didn't get a bucket, but we'll get him one. Time left.
The one bucket you did have, you got that little backdoor cut to little brother Sutton, and tell me what you're thinking when you're able to make a play like that.
Yeah, I kind of eyed it down for him, and then he saw it. It was pretty cool. That brother-to-brother connection was pretty – was cool.
Something you don't see very often. Also, as you look ahead to Mitchell on Friday, I mean, this is a game that you've played so well against so many good teams. Mitchell is going to be a very difficult game. They blew you out here last year. Luke said it's kind of a revenge game, but it's just another game where you just got to play well because your postseason is basically already underway, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. These last 4 or 5, however many games, 4 games we have left are huge. But Mitchell, they're very good. but they love to let everybody know about it. So it's just perfect opportunity for us to go in there and just bring out a win and just kind of to show ourselves who we are and like what we are going down the stretch, because we just got to get a couple of these keys games, which we're going to, and just help us get to where we want to be for the postseason.
Well, we'll see what happens. And in your trek up through the ranks, Luke mentioned Coach Kuzler's first year. You guys were freshmen or second year or whatever, but how special has it been since, in the rising through the ranks?
It's been super fun. Like, you just have the same coach. You get to build that connection for 4 years. Having us not switching, having to worry about what the next year's going to be like, you have an idea of what it's going to be like coming into the next year.
All right. Sawyer, great job tonight. And for everybody else, we'll see you Friday in Mitchell, all right?
I was requested to say it was barbecue chicken from there.
Nice. Sawyer Sonnenschein and the Governors coming up with the victory this evening. 67-47, they win their 6th game of the season. And once again, we gave you the scoring, we gave you the shooting stats. Here are the scoring for the Governors. Once again, a whole lot of people in on the act. Austin Getz hit 5 threes this evening. He'll finish with a team-high 17 points. From there, Luke Olson with 12 in the second quarter alone, finishes with 13. Actually had 11 in the quarter, 13 overall. And Lincoln Dilgis, another solid effort with 12. And when he's banging around against Bergen Tetzlaff, that's a physical place to play. And Lincoln, all things considered, had a pretty nice night. Not as good as Tetzlaff, but still did a great job for the Govs. Eladio Simmental with 8 points, all in the first half, but a very good 8 points in there, and good to see Corday Austin getting in the fold as well. He had a slam dunk on a bad pass. He took a bad pass from the Bobcats into the backcourt, and when he picked it up basically at the top of the key and was able to two-hand jam himself. So 7 points for Austin off the bench tonight. Then 3 points from Caden Aharts from distance. Sawyer, who we were just talking to, Sawyer Sonnenschein with 2. Then he fed Sutton Sonnenschein for a basket for 2. Bennett Swartos got a couple of points off the bench tonight, and Carter Schuffelbein finishes with a free throw down. 10 players score. The Governors tally 67, and that's with only 4 in a clock running fourth quarter. Meanwhile, for the Brookings Bobcats, by the way, Governors did, I don't think I did give you the shooting stats. 15 of 25 in the first half. That included 9 of 10 in the first quarter alone. 13 of 24 in the second half. They're much better than 50% on the game. 28 of 49 overall. And they're half and half from outside the arc, hitting 8 of 16. They did struggle from the free throw line a bit tonight, 4 out of 10 overall. For Brookings, who went 11 of 27 in the first half, just 6 of 21 in the second. That included a, unfortunately, futile 2 of 16 in the third quarter. They went 4 of 5 in the fourth, however, just didn't have enough shot attempts. Of course, clock running had something to do with that, but they struggled to 4 of 21 from outside the arc. They're 17 of 48 overall on the floor. They do hit 9 of 14 on the stripe. And Bergen Tetzlaff, a game-high 23 points. This kid is about as strong as anybody I've seen in double A hoops this season so far. So Bergen Tetzlaff, 23. I'm going to add on 12 rebounds in this game, and of those, 7 of them came on the offensive glass. So Bergen Tetzlaff, keep doing what you're doing. Brody McCarty with 3 threes tonight, finishes with 9 points. Jones Huntermer with 4, a three-pointer down for Drew Johnson, 3 free throws for Noah Lease off the bench, and Winston Plummer with 3 points, and Jace Bauer with 2 for the Bobcats. So the Governors win this one by 20. Speaking of rebounding, Pierre does have a 24-21 advantage overall, but Brookings pulls down 9 on the offensive end, Pierre with 5, and it is Tetzlaff with 12 to lead the way. Dawson Getz will finish with 6 rebounds among the leaders for the Governors. Pierre only turned it over twice in the second half. They finished with 11. Brookings with 13. Their second half numbers were much better as well. But Pierre dishing it out. 17 assists in this contest compared to 12 for Brookings, and Luke Olson with 7 assists among the bunch there. All told, a 67-47 win for the Pierre Governors. Thanks to the guys for coming up and chatting with us. This win doesn't happen without the help of Big Plays, and your Big Plays of the game are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. We'll step aside and hear from them, and your Big Plays are next. This is Governor Basketball.
Quality.